Alright guys, my name is Shervin. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about the best student credit cards that you can find today in Canada. Now, the difference between a student credit card and a normal credit card is that the student credit card is a lot easier to get if you don't already have an established credit history or if you have a low credit score, as long as you are a full-time student. So if this is you and you are a full-time student, then I'm going to walk you through the best credit cards that are being offered today, and you can pick for yourself which one works best for you. Now, all that I ask for in return is that if you enjoy this video, then make sure to smash that subscribe button down below and join the family. Seriously, every subscriber makes a big difference and I really appreciate the support. But with that said, let's jump right into the first credit card that we're going to talk about, and that is the Student BMO Cashback Mastercard. Now, I've already talked about the non-student version of this card in my best no-fee credit cards video, and essentially this card is the exact same thing, except it's a lot easier for students to get qualified for it. Now, what's great about this card is that for no annual fee whatsoever, you get 3% back on all grocery purchases, 1% back on all recurring payments, and 0.5% back for all other purchases that you make with this card. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this card doesn't consider Walmart to be a grocery store. So if you're someone who shops a lot at Walmart, then you're a little out of luck, since the only financial institution in Canada that recognizes Walmart as a grocery store is Tangerine, which doesn't offer any student cards. But that said, if you shop for groceries at any other grocery store other than Walmart, then you will be covered by this card and you will receive the 3% cash back from this credit card without any problems. So for that reason alone, I would recommend getting this card and using it every time you go shopping for groceries, so you can always get 3% back on every single dollar that you spend. Now, BMO does offer another really good credit card for students, and this one is particularly good for international students, as it is the Student BMO Air Miles Mastercard. Now, if you're someone who already has an Air Miles account or you collect Air Miles on a regular basis, then this card is perfect for you, as you can keep doing that instead of getting cash back. You can just keep collecting more and more air miles to work your way towards getting free trips and other rewards of the such. Now, what this card offers is 3 air miles for every $25 spent at an Air Miles partner, and 1 air mile for every $25 spent anywhere else. Now, each air mile is worth somewhere around 20 to 25 cents when it comes to redeeming for travel. So essentially what you're getting with this card is you're getting around 3% back for everything that you're spending on Air Miles partners and around 1% back for everything that you're spending everywhere else. Now, this really comes down to if you are spending enough on Air Miles partners or if you're collecting enough Air Miles that it would be worth it for you to get your return in this way instead of just getting a normal cashback. Now, my recommendation would be if you are someone who is consistently collecting air miles or you are someone who is spending a lot at these partners, then this card will probably be worth it for you. But if you're not someone who spends a lot at these partners, or if you're not collecting air miles as of right now, then I would suggest taking a look at this other card when it comes to redeeming for travel, and that is the CIBC Aeroplan card. Again, the student version of this card is the exact same thing as the non-student version. It's just that the student version is a lot easier to get into if you don't already have an established credit history. Now, with this card, you get 1 Aeroplan point for every dollar spent on gas, groceries, or anything related to Air Canada, and 1 point on every $1.50 spent on everything else. So, given the fact that every Aeroplan point is worth somewhere around 2 cents when it comes to redeeming on travel, you're essentially getting 2% back on gas, groceries, and any money you spend on travel, and you're getting somewhere around 1.33% back on everything else. Now, if you're not an air mile collector, I would suggest picking this card instead, as it has a slightly higher return on investment when it comes to redeeming for long distance travel, and also you get a little bit more when you spend on gas, you spend on groceries, you spend on travel, you just get a little bit more back. And on everything else, you're also getting about 1.33%, which is not that bad at all. So really my recommendation would be to get the BMO cashback card for your normal grocery purchases. And then for every other purchase, you go with one of the travel cards that I recommended for you, depending on which one suits your needs the most. Now, I should also mention that if you are someone who already has some credit history from before and you have a decent credit score, then you can also take a look at other no-fee credit cards that are not specifically student cards. So I would recommend taking a look at my other video on the best no-fee credit cards that you can find in Canada if you are someone who can get cards without having to rely on the fact that you are a student. So with that said, hopefully this video was informative enough for you. And of course, if you have any questions about any of these cards or about which card would be the right one for you, make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. I get back to every single questions asked and I'd be happy to help you out. So with all that said, thank you guys for watching and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.